Hey everyone, welcome to the Breakthrough Entrepreneurs podcast, where we empower both new and experienced entrepreneurs, high performers, business owners to overcome the challenge of work-life balance, break bad old unhealthy negative habits and behaviors, and build new habits, create new rituals, new routines. I'm your host Muhammad Faraj, and today our topic is how to guide your kids to build healthy habits and thrive. This episode is very special. This is one of my favorite episodes that I have published so far. I worked very hard to publish this episode because I wish you a better health. I wish you a better future for you, for your family, and for your kids. So today I'll be talking about 5 habits that you can help your kids to build if you want to make their future very happy and successful, which we all want that. So from my personal experience, my father was an entrepreneur, and I used to follow my father everywhere when he was working as an entrepreneur. So I would follow him during his business journey. So we would go and visit different companies and have meetings, conferences with different various entrepreneurs and business owners and company owners. So my father was always asking me to follow him because he wanted me to learn. He wanted to teach me about business, entrepreneurship, how to make sales, how to do negotiation, how to talk to people, how to build relationships, how to communicate. So I was learning and I was building various habits when I was working with my father. So this is something very interesting. This experience taught me a lot, and that's why I published this episode, because I would like you to do the same as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, or a high performer. You need to teach your kids to build new habits, healthy, positive habits, so they can have a better life, so they can enjoy a fulfillment, they can enjoy a successful life, so they can become successful entrepreneurs. So this is very important because our kids need to start building habits now, because if they are not building habits now, and if they start when they are grown up, when they are older, it will take so much time, it will take so much effort. So now the best time to build new habits is to teach them when they're kids, when they're young and they're older. And this is what they usually do at the schools, where they teach kids about being productive, about eating healthy, and some other things. But schools don't teach everything. Schools don't teach habits, or not all the habits that they need. So that's why you, as an entrepreneur or high performer or business owner, you have the responsibility to teach your kids building new habits now, instead of building bad habits and building new behaviors, and then later on when they grow up they will work very hard to break bad old habits, and it will take so much time, so much effort, and it will be a very long process for them. So why build bad habits and then work on breaking them? You can help your kids build new habits now, so they can enjoy a happy, healthy, and successful life. So the first habit that you need to teach your kids is to be productive. They need to learn how to be productive, especially when they are home and doing their assignments or homework or tasks that they are handed by their schools. So they need to learn how to be productive. They need to remove distractions. They need to avoid all kinds of distractions, because when they are being productive, they are working, they are focusing, they are delivering efficient work. And this is what entrepreneurs do also. So when your kids, they learn to be productive in this older as young, they will be productive when they become an entrepreneur. They will be productive when they start a company or when they own a business. So if you teach them now to be productive, this trait, this habit will be a big investment for their future. Because if they learn how to be productive now, if they follow strategies and build new habits, they will make their life much easier for them. So that's why you need to teach them about productivity. So when they are productive, they are delivering efficient work, they are focused, and you as a parent, you feel so happy, so proud when your kids are making progress, doing good work, getting a better, good scores at the school. Even their teachers, they will be very happy to see their performance, to see their tasks, their work, and their progress. So that's why it's very important for you as an entrepreneur to teach your kids about productivity. The second habit that you need to teach your kids is to eat healthy. This is very, very important. Our kids need to learn that sometimes healthy food, they don't taste really good or delicious. Sometimes they don't taste anything. But it's a good investment for their health, for their productivity, for their school performance, for their future. Because our kids, unfortunately, they don't have knowledge, they don't have experience, schools don't teach them about eating healthy. They provide them with healthy lunch, meals, snacks, but they don't teach them. They don't learn what a healthy food can do for their body and how unhealthy, chunky food can impact their body, their performance, their fitness, their health, their brain, their muscles. So it's very important, and it's your responsibility as a parent, as an entrepreneur, to teach your kids to eat healthy. When you cook food in the kitchen at home, when you cook a healthy food, when you put healthy plates in front of your kids, they will eat that and they will learn to eat healthy. Because when they grow up, when they move to a different city and maybe start a high school or college or university, they will be living with themselves sometimes. So they will cook their own food. They will consume their own meals. So if you teach them now to eat healthy, so in the future, when they grow up, when they move somewhere else, they will consume healthy foods, because you're teaching them to build habits and new habits of eating healthy. So when their environment is surrounded with healthy meals, healthy eating, they will be very healthy. Their brain will be better, and their performance will improve, and their memory will improve too, because they're consuming healthy food, and it will have a big good results for their life. So the other habit that you need to help your kids to build is to avoid all chunky, unhealthy, sugary, sweety snacks and drinks. I see so many kids when I visit a grocery store, when I'm standing by the cashier, or sometimes when I'm going around in the grocery store and picking up things. So I see so many times kids are standing by the candy or sweetie section. So often they are approached to unhealthy and sugary products, but they don't realize They don't know. They are not aware of how impactful those products are for their health. The companies, they don't care. They put so much pause in our kids' brains because they want to make money. But unfortunately, our kids, when they lack knowledge, when they don't realize how impactful those products are for their health, for their brain, for their muscles, for their fitness, because those products, they make them feel very good. They get this dopamine kick in their brain. They feel so excited to buy candies or power drinks or Coca-Cola or Pepsi. So the taste makes them feel amazing just for a moment. So our kids, when they drink or when they consume unhealthy snacks, for example like Snickers or M&M or chocolate, other unhealthy sugary products, they feel amazing for a moment. Like those things, they taste really good in the beginning, but a moment later they will lose that excitement, they will lose that taste, because this is what companies do. They provide you with a delicious taste, but then it will be gone, it will fade away. So our kids, they don't learn, they don't know how impactful those products are. So unfortunately, I see so many kids, they consume those sugary power drinks, and those drinks are not good for their health. And even sometimes I see them like late on evening, like sometimes before bedtime, those kids, those young people are visiting those stores and buying those unhealthy sugary products, and they're just hanging out outside. They are not active, they're not moving their bodies, they're not going to bed early, so they're staying up night late, and they're wasting their time, they're wasting their money, and they're wasting their life sometimes. So that's why you need to teach your kids. They need to build new habits where they prevent or avoid buying those unhealthy sugary sweets or products, and instead they need to learn to save their money and invest their money on other things that will create a better life for themselves. And the other habit that you need to teach your kids to build is literacy or reading. They need to learn how to read, because unfortunately many grown up or many entrepreneurs, they don't read so much because they haven't built those habits when they were younger, when they were kids. So schools, they teach subjects, they show them or they provide them with subject based or oriented books. So they learn math, they learn English, they learn history, but they don't read much or many books at the schools, because schools wants to teach them education or the regular subjects. So reading is for themselves, and reading can be at home. So I feel so happy when I go and visit sometimes different libraries, and I see families, they're bringing their kids to the library, and their kids are following them to the library. So they sit there and they see so many books, and the environment is designed for them to be focused, to be productive, to learn, to build knowledge, to feed their brain, because it's an environment that designed just for reading. It's all surrounded with so many different books, kids book or romance or different type of books. So when your kids follow you to the library, they are building new habits. They are building great habits that will be a big, huge investment for their future. So if you go and visit a library like once, twice, or 3 times a week, and you bring your kids with you, in 1 month, in 2 months, 3 months, your kids will build new habits. They will try to go to the library of the school or maybe during the weekend. So they will be very interested to go to the library, meet some friends, sit, talk, and read books. So their environment needs to be focused. They need to read. So you can put some books by their bed, or you can put some books on the table at home, so you can create the same, almost the same environment. Just like library, you can surround books around your house, so your kids, instead of approaching a TV or different devices or playing games, if they see books on tables so often, odds are they will try to read book. They will enjoy reading at least 1, 2, 3 pages, and then this number will increase. For example, Elon Musk, one of the most successful entrepreneurs in the world, he adopted reading. He had built habits of reading, so he was reading a lot. I heard he was reading 2 books a day, but this didn't come overnight. It didn't come suddenly. He built habits when he was kid. So he was reading so many books at the school, at the library, at home. So when he got grown up, when he got to be in business, he had so much knowledge. He has so much experience. So that's why you need to help your kids build habits of reading. And if they start to read now, they will be very successful in the future. And the other habit that is very, very important that they need to start building at young age, which is going to the gym or doing sport or physical activities outdoor. See, this is something I went through before. My parents didn't buy me any video games. They didn't accept to buy me any bike, motorcycle, or any other thing. They always bought me sport equipments because they were smart. They were teaching me, they were programming my brain, they were helping me build fitness habits, healthy habits. So they would buy every time I had good scores at the school or I did a good job at the school. So they would buy me a bag with football, shoes, socks, and sport equipments. So they were teaching me from my young age about sport. So I was doing sport almost every day after the school, during the weekend, every week, every month. I was enjoying a lot being with my friends and doing sport with my friends. I was playing football, long running, hard intensity training outdoor. So my parents, my family, they teach me to build new habits of doing sport. So I took these habits with me until I emigrated here to Sweden. So I've been doing sport almost whole my life, and I'm so addicted to this sport, to this field. So I do sport every day. I train every day, every week. I can't quit. So many times I see people at the gym, they show up and they become members at the gym. They train for a while, but then they lose motivation. They get discouraged and they give up. They don't show up to the gym. They don't come back. So they disappear. But in sport, you need to be consistent. If you want to be a better athletic, if you want to compete, if you want to have a better life, a better health, a better future, you have to go to the gym. You need to do training. You need to move your body. You need to do workout. You need to learn. So I've been doing sport all my life, and I'm always feeling happy, smiled, excited, healthy, fit, good in shape. So that's why it's very important that you teach your kids about fitness. And I feel so happy when I go to the gym and I see some other parents and families where they bring their kids with them to the gym. I mean, even if they're very, very young, so they sit in the gym and they play games or look at their devices, but at least they bring them to the gym. Because if they keep coming to the gym, they will build new habits, and those habits will be ingrained and programmed in their brains, in their body. So they will be coming to the gym automatically by themselves when they grow up. So some parents, they do great job by bringing their kids, just like the library, they bring their kids to the library. Some other parents, they bring their kids to the gym. They teach their kids about workout, about doing exercises, about movements, all that. So when their kids build habits, they will be very healthy. They will feel very happy, grateful about their life. So it's very important that when you have time after work, during the weekend, that you take or follow your kids outdoor, depending on the weather and the location where you live at. So you can do at least any type of movements, any type of exercise. It doesn't have to be a gym. Maybe you can go out, do some biking or running or play football with your kids. So teach them about sport. Program their brains to do sport, to be in love with sport. Because for me, sport has become an identity. It's not only a habit. It's not only a hobby. It's not something makes me feel happy. It's something I love. Like I love it so much. It's my identity. I always tell myself I am a type of person who loves sport. I tell all my friends everywhere, I love sport. I love watching sport. I love doing sport. I love attending sport events. So you need to teach your kids now, because when they do sport, when they move their body, they will get dopamine hit or endorphin or serotonin in their body, and they will feel very happy, healthy, and those habits will make a big change and transformation in their life. The other habit that you need to teach your kids to build is finances. They need to learn to manage their finances and control their money. Unfortunately, so many entrepreneurs, so many people, they complain nowadays about schools because schools don't teach about money literacy or finance literacy. They don't teach them about money. They don't teach them about how to manage their money, their finances, how to create a budget, how to save, how to invest. None of that. So you as an entrepreneur, it's your responsibility, it's your role, it's your field that you teach your kids about finances. They need to learn to save money, because unfortunately nowadays, especially this new generation, they waste and spend so much money online or on sugary stuff or chunky food. So many kids I see, they go to McDonald's or any other restaurants that offers chunky foods, or they waste their money on unhealthy snacks and drinks, sugary drinks or sweets. So they waste so much money, but they don't know the value of that money. They don't know how to control their money, their card. So you can teach them about creating a budget, about making money, about saving, about investing. So if they learn, if they build new habits of managing their finances, if they build a habit of saving, this will be a big investment for their life, for their families that they are going to build in the future, for their future. They will enjoy a free finance, a financial free life. They will enjoy so much success in their life, because if they learn now how to save, how to control and manage their money, and if they learn that they don't need to waste or consume or spend money on unnecessary clothes or shoes or products or video games. They don't need to buy things or purchase things online, because some of those things are just fake. Some of those things are just images in their brains. They enjoy it for a while and then they lose motivation, they lose that enjoyment, and they'll be just wasting their money. So teach them now about how to make money. Teach them about managing their money. So your kids needs to build good relationship with finances. And the other habit that they need to learn, our kids, especially when they are young in their age, is learning new skills. This is very, very game changer. They need to learn new skills. They need to learn public speaking. This is very important nowadays in our time, because so many people, they feel shy. So many people, they feel so afraid or nervous or anxious, or they don't dare to stand on stages, even at the church, even in the school. They don't dare to talk in front of people. They feel afraid or scared. So you can teach them. You can bring your kids with you when you do businesses, when you attend events, conferences, or meetings. So your kids, they can learn about public speaking. They can build the confidence, the courage, and they can build a habits of new skills, new public speaking. And you can teach your kids about coding. Nowadays, coding has become very advanced, and so many people are taking courses or attending colleges, universities, or local schools just to learn about coding, how to code, or learn about software development or building games. So our generation, our life has become very advanced nowadays, and you need knowledge. You can see even the doors are digital now. So they need to learn how to code. So when they learn how to code now in young age, when they grow up, when they become younger, they will build new habits. They will be very good at problem solving and creativity. They can build their own apps, their softwares. They can build new projects that can make a big change in our community, in our society. I think even Barack Obama mentioned this in one of his public speaking, where he mentioned that our kids need to learn how to code, and they need to learn to create and build things, not just consume, not just buy, purchase video games or apps or anything else. They can create their own. They can build their own project. So you can teach them. You can purchase any online course for your kids so they can learn how to code, and when they grow up, they will be very professional. They will be experts in this field. So these are the habits that I wanted to talk about in this episode, and so they can make a big transformation in their life. And the last habit that I would like to mention is time management. See, this is something I struggled a lot with, because I didn't have knowledge. I didn't know how to manage my time until I read so many articles, so many books, and watched so many interviews and listened to podcasts. I was trying to learn how to manage my time, how to schedule and block all my tasks, my projects, my activities. See, our kids needs to manage their time because so many kids, they're very slow. They consume so much time during the day and they waste so much time on activities, on places that doesn't bring them any joy, any health, any happiness to their life. So they need to manage their time. They need to come or attend any event, any activity, or go to school on time. So they need to learn how to schedule, how to block time. Because if you don't teach them in this age, they will struggle a lot with time management in the future, and when they can't manage their time, they will feel overwhelmed, stressed, burnout so often because they haven't learned, they haven't built habits about time management. Because if when they become an entrepreneurs, or maybe they start working for other people, or maybe they will own their own companies, so they need to manage their time. Time management is very, very important skill, and it's very, very important that they build habits about time management. That's it for this episode. That's what I got for you in this episode. I hope you enjoyed watching or listening to this episode, and please share this episode with your friends, your family members, or whoever you know, so this episode can reach to other people so they can learn about building new habits and teach their kids about habits, about routines. So thank you so much for watching and listening, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye everyone.